For whatever reason, a lot of people have the misconception that using reference photos is wrong or cheating. This is not true. References are one of the most essential assets you can have as an artist. Even if your goal is to draw from your imagination, that will take years and years of study, practice, and yes, using thousands and thousands of references along the way. There have been cases of artists getting in trouble because they draw from references that are copyrighted by a photographer and don't credit them. I think that scares some beginner artists. The trick is not to just copy one reference, but to use a couple to make your own image. Or if you do choose to use one, make sure to do it in your own style. Once you stylize something enough, it becomes your own because it looks nothing like the reference. Or you could really take the initiative and take your own photos, or use live references when you can. If you want to make exact copies of a photo because maybe you're a realistic painter and you want to sell that work, then you can always either hire a model, take the photo yourself, or paint on scene. Or if you'd rather spend a few dollars to do less work, you can use a stock image site. There are thousands of images on these sites, and it only costs you a couple dollars to get one. You can even find some free stock image sites, but they're more limited. If you're just drawing for studies and you're not going to sell them or profit from them, then it doesn't matter what references you use. I tend to use whatever images I find, even on Pinterest, but my finished pieces never look like the reference. I usually change the shapes to my liking, use different colors, and change the composition up, and just do it in my own unique style. The only things I tend to copy are the pose and maybe the lighting, but that cannot be copyrighted. I essentially use references to make sure that the form and light on my subject is accurate. Now, if your goal is to draw from your imagination, you can. It just will take you a long time to get there, and you will need to study your subject immensely. But references will always be needed no matter how good you get, even if you get to the point of drawing from your head, because there are so many things that you can draw, and you can't possibly memorize all of them. So make friends with references and throw away the silly idea of it being cheating. If you don't use them, your work will greatly suffer because unless you have photographic memory, you cannot possibly imagine or remember what everything looks like or acts like without being exposed to the same thing many, many, many times. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk style.